should not be when you're trying to date someone. So, I am not saying that I speak for all women. However, I am an educated Black woman. So I have a standard, right? There's certain things that I have my own house, I have my own car, multiple cars, I have 5 college degrees. This is what I bring to the table. Not only that, but I'm a bomb chick. I can hang out with you in the boardroom and have intelligent conversations with the PhDs and the MDs and the DMPs. And I can still hang out with you and your boys and go to basketball game or play spades. So when I hear that question, I feel like in my 20s, I was okay with building with someone. Now that I am in the prime of my life, you got to come to the table with something as well.
But let me ask you a question. What if you really care for that person and see that person, and you see a future with that person, but that person doesn't have anything, but that person is willing, that person is coachable, that person is a hard worker, and also that person is open to change. So with all of those qualities that a guy, like you said, could have, so you don't give him a chance because he doesn't have nothing at the time?
I don't say that. That's not what I'm saying. Wholeheartedly. In my 20s, I'll work with you because again, I had nothing either. We're building together. But if you don't have your stuff together in your 40s, that's a whole different conversation. I think so many educated Black women that are looking for life partners, we spend so much time. I'm not trying to build somebody at this point. What do you bring to the table? This is who you are. Either I accept you or I don't.
Oh, okay. I'm glad. Yes, I've been waiting. I've been waiting for this. Here go Kung Fu Jesse. All right, listen to this. And I'm just playing devil's advocate. You know what I'm saying? I don't think no one should lower their standards, and I don't think no one should accept anything that they don't want to accept.
I agree.
So, for Tamika, just for the sake of saying, right? Let's say you are in your 40s, you got it together, you meet a man who does not, and let's just say you like him, he's cool, you know, and you have enough to take care of you and him. Why would what he has, because let's say he's religious, he's all about building himself up. I don't really know why his job situation may be in limbo. But if he makes you happy and he's a cool guy and you can actually be with him besides the fact that maybe he can't keep a job, maybe he's not as educated as you, maybe he has a record, but when he's with you, you smile, you laugh, he's loyal, he's not one of these cheating ass guys, you can deal with him. And you would say, hey, I ain't gonna lie, you cool, man, you know? I might mess with you, but I ain't gonna lie, I need somebody that make a little bit more money. Because the statistics show that most women ain't gonna find a man who's handsome, who got it together, who's able, you know, whose things still circulate, you don't have erectile dysfunction. That's a thing.
It is.
I mean, we just gotta say, I work at the VA, I see people come in there, and I know what type of medication they be getting.
Smoke crazy.
And I know what other meds, especially if you got high blood pressure, you got diabetes, that leads to side effects, and side effects leads to side effects. So you wouldn't date a man who checked off everything on your box. I mean, on your checklist. But maybe he was not as successful as you wanted him to be. Maybe you had to build him up a little bit.
I have been there and I have done that. And I've invested 5 years with someone. And guess what? At the end, I still got to the point where I had to say, this is enough, because we're not aligned. When I say I had nothing. Coming out of jail, like I was the good girl, was married, I did all that, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna date a bad boy. I'm gonna date somebody who's just raw, uncut. And I invested 5 years with that person. And it still got to the point where I had to say, I'm done. And after that experience, and after pouring into somebody for 5 years, I'm like, I'm not doing that again. Ever. So my lived experience has been that if someone doesn't come to the table with something, and not just physical things, right? Everybody can talk a good game and say what they want and say, I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna be the man that you need me to be, and I'm going to grow, and I desire these things. But unless you're doing the work, I don't need a man boy. I'm not here to raise anybody, I'm not here to build anybody up. At this age and at this stage in my life, I know my worth and I know my value, and you have to add value to my life. I always tell my girlfriends that a man is an accessory, not a necessity. He has to add value to my life. He has to augment what's already there.
Okay, so all right, so check it, right? And I do appreciate, you opening up. So can I ask a question, if you don't mind? So I don't really like want to make it personal, but if we're gonna have a testimony, this is just something I'm curious about. So the man that you actually had, did he check off all the boxes, or were you kind of like, because a lot of times we run into a guy and just because it's new, we getting to know each other. I don't think that you should be with a person like that. If it's y'all getting to know each other and he has nothing, I don't think you should just be like, oh, well, you check off all the boxes, you good. Nah, just really see. Yeah, like if he don't have nothing and you are the primary source of income, he definitely has to treat you good. You know what I'm saying? He has to have things that you want that mean more than money.
Absolutely.
So I was just asking, did this person, was what they giving you and what y'all had, did he meet those characteristics that outside of the money?
We were childhood friends. So I look beyond how he was judged by society because I knew him. I felt like I knew him as a person, right? I feel like I know the real you. You made a bad decision, and that is the hand that you've been dealt. But I felt like I know who you are, and I know the potential that you have. So let's give this a shot. All you do is you basically become a placeholder for that person. One of the most hurtful things that was said to me is I'm controlling. I'm like, I'm not controlling. I'm trying to, again, the man is the head, I'm the neck. I'm trying to help you be the best version of yourself, right? I'm trying to help you build your credit. I'm trying to help you be fiscally responsible. I'm trying to help you get caught up on the time that you've missed out, right? So I have certain knowledge and life experience that you didn't have. But when I try to share that with you, it was perceived as being controlling. Just for that person to, you put in all that work, they move on with somebody else. I'm like, that's cool, because you didn't realize my value. You're not my person. Doesn't mean I don't care about them. Wish them all the best. But I would not ever do it again.
Okay, I got you. I can truly understand that. So, in the state of mind that you in on getting burnt that one time, that's you setting expectation on yourself, correct?
Yes.
All right, so I agree with that. So my next question, in your honest opinion, what should women be asking men in return of the question, in that question when it comes up, of what do you bring to the table? What should women be telling men?
I would ask the same question. How would you add value to my life? As I said earlier, man is an accessory, not a necessity. What value do you add to my life? I can take care of myself. I'll pay my own bills. Would it be nice to have somebody take care of me? Absolutely. Right? But especially as Black women, we've had to have this strong persona, not by choice, but because our circumstances have forced us to become the breadwinners. We're head of the household. Right? Our circumstances have forced us there. So what value does a man add to my life? Like, I'm not a person, I'm a planner, for example. I'm not the most spontaneous, like, hey, let's pack a bag, I'm going to work this weekend. Right? But if I had a partner that on Friday came home from work and said, come on, let's go, that's adding value to my life, right? Quality of life.
I agree. So with me,
Hold on. I had to say something. Why do you feel like a man is not a necessity? When did we get there as human beings that a man is not a necessity? Can you imagine, right? And I know the women gonna get on me, but some shit only women can say.
I guess.
I ain't gonna lie, some shit only made for the female gender. Can you imagine working with a man, or matter of fact, your waiter? Let's say you got a young Puerto Rican waiter, he comes up to you, you're like, ooh, you're handsome. And he says, yeah, but you know, I don't need no woman, man. Woman's not a necessity.
It's rare you hear that from me.
You probably would look at him and be like, you don't need a woman? Can you imagine a man saying, I don't need a woman? Or, this is it, I don't want a woman. I'm single by choice. Stuff like that. Can men even say that? If a man says that to a woman or in a crowded room, period, bro, people is going to look at this person and be like, and I think y'all
Nah, real talk.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, and I just was commenting because I think we really gotta it's two things that I noticed like in the recent times is that it's cool for women to not like involve the dad. Like I be hearing a lot of women say, you ain't gotta call your daddy. Damn. You know what I'm saying? That has become the norm. You ain't gotta deal with your daddy. I got you. But damn, you know? And I don't need a man. Why? I don't know. I don't know when it came, you know, like cool to not need a man. And for all you successful women out there, you don't need a man. Who you gonna spend your money on?
They spend
Who you gonna spend your money with? If you single, you got kids, you going to girls' trip, one of them broke, you treated them.
Facts.
You couldn't treat me. You out here with 5 women. 3 of y'all work. The other one married and her husband paid for her trip, and one of them she just blowing whichever way to win. You could have had a man with you.
No, there's a difference between want and need. I never said I didn't want a mate. I don't want a man. It's that I don't need. There's a difference. Needed, I can't survive. So because of, let's talk about it.
Yes.
Because of, let me begin by, I love my kids. Love a black brother. Especially one that takes care of the house.
Thank you.
We needed something.
There's nothing like a black man. There's nothing like a black man, right? They feed my soul.
Ooh.
Right?
That's a word.
That's a word.
But because of the circumstances in terms of our brothers not being serious, not having their stuff together, being incarcerated, being gay, that number is just dwindling and dwindling and dwindling. And if we were waiting on them to survive as black women, we wouldn't. So we've had to adapt, right? We've had to adapt in order to survive. So now I realize, okay, I don't need one to cut the grass. I go out and push the lawnmower or hire somebody. I do what I need to do. But do I want one there? Absolutely. I want to be soft. I want to be feminine. I want that black man to be my covering. So I just do what I do in the meantime because I'm in survival mode.
I mean, as a black man, we don't want y'all women to feel like you don't know what y'all go through. As a black man who made mistakes, and there's probably a woman out there who's saying, my ex smoking is the reason why I ain't fucking with you niggas no more. I get it. But you know, I guess as a man, it just feels like it feels discouraging. Like when a woman, you know, I got daughters, you know, sisters, aunties, cousins, all that. So when you hear a woman say, I don't need no man, you know, even, you know, not to get like too serious and sentimental, but we got a lot of our black queens dying alone.
Yeah.
I actually, believe it or not, actually looked into that. You know, the statistics, not even for all women, because mommy around the corner, the Spanish lady, she's not dying alone. You know what I'm saying? But black women, you know, those who die from old age and stuff like that, oh, they be dying alone. So you know, I do understand. But women, everybody watching this, all the women, how about this week, right? You just say, I need a man. I mean, if you can do everything on your own, fine. But next time you with your girlfriends and the single one talking about some girl, I don't want to mock y'all. Whatever y'all say, just jump in somebody, anybody, except for everybody, and say, I need a man. Okay.
We don't need, we want them. We do want men. We do want y'all around. We do want to be with y'all. Do we need y'all? Just like y'all.
Hold on. We do need women. We never say that. We never say we
Hold
need
on,
women.
I think Chris was talking.
Feminine and masculine at the same time as women. You know, that's why we feel like we don't need y'all, because y'all have presented that to make us be masculine on some level and feminine on some level.
Hold on. And I want to cut you off. Oh, that's Chris. Okay.
Yeah, I have a question in regards to you saying that women don't need men, or we put y'all in a position to kind of be masculine. Is it the fact that the man that you want, you don't, or the man, well, the type of man that you, not saying need, but that you need in your life to be that man for you, you don't give him the time of day because you want the man that you want.
So that's all special when y'all talking about women not like the range and
Hey,
go for the
Chris, that was Chris who made that comment?
Yeah.
I mean, because the only way that I said, okay, I need a man, I want a man, if I had men in my life that were leaders, people that I could actually depend on, somebody I don't have to think twice about, oh, he got this. I ain't got the nerve to go behind him. Those are the things that want.
Okay, so hold on.
Amen, sis.
Nah. I totally agree with your point of view and what you are saying. And Chris, I think he made a good point.
Chris made a great point.
I think he made a good point, and I do want to say that's a female statement again, you know, because women can say, "Oh, I had to be masculine and feminine at the same time." That's cool. I ain't gonna lie, a man can't say that. Even me being a man with daughters, I can't really take on the feminine role. And you know, I kind of want to tread lightly because I don't want to take up for no men who have not stood up when it was time to stand up
Hey,
and
smoke, that's their choice.
on a good woman. All right.
I don't think that we want to be a masculine person, but we tend to, as women, go into survival mode. When we feel like, okay, this is not being done, our needs are not being met, men not doing what they need to do, we go into survival mode because that's how most women are. Okay, since I don't have a man around, this man ain't doing what I need him to do. I gotta do that as not just a woman, but as a person to keep the flow going for the whole entire family.
Right. Right, and I get that. Oh, go ahead, Chris. Are you Chris?
It's a two-way street, right? In my opinion. This is just my perception. I'm being everything that you may need or want in a person. Are you being everything that I need and want as a woman in a partner?
I can't speak to everyone, but for most women, if a man is doing what needs to be done as far as being a leader, being everything that this woman wants you to be, then women definitely fall into this mode.
I ain't gonna lie, I always hear that. But
But part of being a man, in my opinion, also, women say I want a man to lead, but there are certain things in certain
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I do have something I want to comment on. We not gonna. Yeah, let's buy the brothers lunch. To everybody listening, buy your brothers some
I hope
lunch.
my sisters and brothers out there listening because they're gonna be fine.
Right. But the one I do want to comment on something that you said as well as something that I hear all the time. And I think that men, we just need to start addressing some of this stuff. Okay, a lot of times women say, and that was a great point too, Chris, appreciate it. A lot of times women say we had to go into survival mode. And I hate to tell y'all this.
I know what's going about to say.
But men have been in survival mode since the beginning of time. Even. Yeah, but why is it a point? It's the point that a woman points out, oh, us as women, we have to go in survival mode.
Y'all gotta always acknowledge for it.
In my mind, I thought we were all in survival mode.
Absolutely. Work side by side. Right.
Hey, all right. So hey, listen.
No, but I was. All right. So what would be the point in saying, as a woman, we had to go into survival mode? What's the basis behind that? If all of us ain't grow up with like silver spoons in our mouth, and all of us had to fight for what we had, why is, because you rarely hear a man say, oh yeah, I had to go into survival mode for my family. Because for most part, I mean, I'm just saying, like, why do women say that? Okay, so let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Just so we clear, because you know we from like one thing I have learned in the recent past too, like people from the urban community, like how we talk and things that we say. Some people might don't get it, so I don't want you to feel like I'm bombarding you, but just so a couple of the people in the back could understand, when you say, what was it that she just said? Oh, take on a man's role. I kind of want you to name a couple things that a woman who have kids, I would say, because I guess if you're a single woman and you're living your life as a single woman, how are you taking on a man's role when you don't have like a man there? You know what I'm saying? So give me like one example that, or however many you want, an example of what you call taking on a man's role.
Protection.
So you feel like a man's role is
Protection. So here's an example. Going to bed at night time. If you're a woman in the house with children, protection. So as a woman, I have to get up, make sure the front door is locked, back door is locked, garage is locked, alarm arm, and my beauty and her piece is on deck in case somebody decides to violate, right? If there was a man in my household, I would shower, put on my lotion, and go to bed.
Hey, but what if that man forgets about to do all of those things? What if he forgets?
So you brought up protection. You just gave a list of things that you had to do, right?
Yes.
That would be ideal if that man was in that home with you at that time of night whenever you all decided to shut it down. But what do you do if that man, y'all have to work different shifts?
I agree.
And that man has to work
He's physically there.
No, the thing is, no, if he's not actually there, let's say he's off work and he's shutting the house down, no, of course that's gonna be something that we do, and he probably gonna call and say, hey, make sure you all the
That's it. That's it.
take that back, so, he gonna make sure I'm doing what he normally does and make sure I do it right. So, I mean, it's a.
Okay, so
Okay.
So-
Hold on 1 minute, Glenn. So let's just say you have a young boy, for example. I have a son that's 10. These are things that I have to instill in him at a young age. Hey, before you get in bed, make sure the door is locked because you want to get it for repetitive cycle as a young man. That these are the things that you do to protect your house. But what happens if, for example, Tamika has a daughter? So would that still be a man's, in quote unquote, what we just said, a man's role? If he is not there, how does that make it a man's, specifically a man's role?
Making it a man's role. I'm gonna let you talk to me too. I'm sorry, but it's not really making it a man's role. But it is certain things, honestly, that y'all expect for women to do and we expect for men to do.
Hey, hold on, go on.
It's not an actual rule or nothing in someone written down in the book of life that says, oh, men's supposed to take out the garbage. Men are supposed to do this. It's certain things that men are supposed to do and certain things that women are supposed to do because of how society has brought us up to be.
okay, so hold on. We fired up right now. So Tamika has something to say, and then Lamont has something
I got
to
something to say. Go ahead.
Then I'm about to pull out the shotgun.
Oh, boy.
Uh-oh. So I was gonna say to Chris, if the man is not physically there, in his role as my provider and protector, he's still gonna pick up the phone and call, like Juana said, and say, babe, you good? Is that done? Because that's part of his role as a man. Even though he's not physically there to protect me, he's gonna make sure I'm good. Maybe I was tired with the kids after feeding everybody, doing the laundry, cleaning the house, going to work. He still is not just gonna say, oh well, my family's going to bed, I'm out here on the road. Maybe he's a trucker, he's out on the road, maybe he's working in another state. He still will have that sense of obligation that I need to do or provide whatever protection I can where I am. And exactly. He's gonna check the cameras remotely. He's gonna say, hey babe, I just wanna make sure you didn't fall asleep before doing X, Y, Z, because I wanna make sure you are good. That's what a real man does.
Hey, and I agree with you on that too, Arthur. But look, everybody that's watching this channel, as y'all can see, it get more intense by the week. So, hey man, make sure that y'all send this to everybody and make sure that they watch this, and so that we can grow the platform. But my thing, what I want to say, a lot of y'all women, when you hear the question of what do you bring to the table, y'all take that so much out of content and y'all create y'all own narrative to it. So my honest opinion, when women hear that, I feel like some women take that as a challenge. Oh, this motherfucker said I ain't got nothing. This person said I ain't gonna do this. This person says that. But pretty much,
I think so too.
so for my honest opinion, if I were right now in the space that I'm in my life right now, when I ask a woman, what are you bringing to the table? Listen, I do me, I do all of that. Like when I ask a woman, are you going like what do you bring to the table? Like I look for answers such as emotional safety. When I'm down, you gonna keep me up. That's one, emotional safety. Peace. I really did not learn what peace was until I started living alone.
Right.
I really did. And so the respect. Every woman treats their men different. You know what I'm saying? Some things a woman may do, she might not feel it is disrespectful, but I might do. So I need her to understand my respect level, and the support. If I tell her I want to be a dog shit scooper, she needs to be patting me on my back. Come, go ahead, babe. What else do you need?
I see that.
Y'all who? Well, I haven't said anything.
But how do we contradict ourselves.
Nothing, don't worry about it.
A woman can't give you peace. Peace is internal.
Nah, she can keep my peace.
Internal.
I don't want to come home from work all day and she up there mad because I ain't call her all day.
Well, that's Lamont personal
That's
feeling.
not- yeah.
If he meets a woman and that's what he presents,
Exactly.
she either gotta get with it or don't.
Exactly.
The thing what I'm about to get on y'all two about is y'all said a woman had to get in a man's role, and y'all mentioned locking the door.
Yeah.
Locking the door, niggas. I'm like, hold on. I'm gonna give you a chance to give another one. I don't have a problem with that. But see, that to me, anybody can do that. Because you might have a man, he big and he can't fight.
He's soft.
So it's like, listen, you go to the movies, right? It's 2 men and 2 women, right? One woman skipped the lady in line on the butt for the popcorn. Hey, excuse me. I was here first. And the man might come and say, "Big deal. She was there first. Boy, you better sit your ass down, get your ass down. Who you talk? Somebody gotta lose the fight. Am I right or am I wrong?
Right.
Somebody is gonna lose the fight. So physical warrior type stuff, we have to be careful when we ask for that. Because a nigga who is semi-tough, a nigga who could protect the house, you can't get mad at him when he tell the kid, "Hey boy, you better sit your ass down, boy. Stop playing with me, boy." So if you say to lock the doors, I just need another example. Because it's niggas who soft and they gonna lock the door.
Look, lock the door. Somebody
And they gonna be in the car. As soon as they kick the door, they gonna be, "Hey, where's the door?"
Go out there, where we going?
It's not in everybody. I agree, but if protection, and I like that, I ain't saying I agree or disagree with it, but every man is not able to protect. Okay.
Exactly.
All right, so if you both,
So you gonna sit and tell me if he's broke, you're not willing to work on it? Hey, see, hold on. Hey, so hold on, everybody please give me one chance. Hey, so everybody give me one chance. So what we were just talking about, right? So you telling me if you know your man's soft, right?
you gonna keep him out the mix.
You gonna keep him out the mix, right? Right? So my big thing now, if you gonna keep him out of the mix, it goes back to the question that Smoke asked. If you got it, you know you can take care of the household. You can hold the household down. And you're not doing it because he ain't got his shit together, but you telling me you gonna protect him because he's soft.
Yeah, so now it just leads me to think, what is the
Yeah.
official man role?
Yeah.
Now, if y'all want to flip it on us, huh? Oh, but hold on. 1 second. Just let me prove. I'm just giving my reasoning for asking this. I'm asking that because you said women have to get into a man's role. So for men that's listening, or people who never had this conversation ever in their life, I just want to point out a few specific male roles that you would get in a relationship with the man for because he can handle this.
Well, Smoke, you're married now. You were married. What do you want in the next role?
Me? Okay, well,
I'll go next.
I am married. And see, that's the thing. Oh, you can't hear us? Chat, you can hear us? I don't know if that's your phone. Chris, you can hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Okay. Oh, something happened.
It said the street ended. Oh, what the hell?
Our street ended.
On our end.
Hold on, y'all. The string ended. Hold on.
Nah, Smoke, but you still on?
Yeah, we can hear you, Chris.
We still live, bro.
I still see you.
We're now seeing a black screen.
Oh, now you off. Now you off, my guy.
Hype me up.
Nah, we ain't hyping nobody up right now. Cause I got some other stuff, man.
Hold on.
Nah,
I don't know why it ended.
yeah, it's definitely look like it's working, man. But
Did we have it?
I believe the teaching are like puzzle pieces.
you still off? You still off? Look like I'm the only one that's on. Still on Facebook, and my YouTube live is still on. We're still on over here.
I think this one ended.
I don't know what we gonna do.
I don't know what happened. My bad, y'all. We had some technical difficulties.
Did you get them back on?
Yeah, I feel like a man and woman, a real man and a real woman are gonna work hand in hand. Right? It's not 50-50, we're 100-100. If I'm tired of date, then that man should even fix dinner for the family.
Hold on, Tamika. I want to know if Smoke's still
I'm
on.
talking to this woman. So,
Oh, you're the one talking.
Yeah,
I'm about to jump into y'all conversation.
So what I just want to go live on Facebook. I was live on Facebook anyway. All right, hold
I don't know
on.
what happened to the street, they're trying to fix it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Live on Facebook.
Hold on, I'm going back there now.
Channel, but I don't know what happened to Yard. What is this thing called, Yard?
StreamYard.
StreamYard.
Yard. The light.
And to one of Chris's my brother, I didn't know what smokes is. You see how these brothers be pulling up on us talking about sending their brother $25.
Yeah, hey, Chris did that in there real quick.
Yes.
Hey, but I do got a serious question though, since I'm still going. My question is, and what I gotta say, like real talk.
Just keep going.
Hey, when the disconnect really comes in from what I really do see, some men they ask without even realize what they're asking.
I do lunch once a year for my birthday.
But that's my honest thing. Like a lot of men ask,
Then they go put that out.
they don't even know what they asking for. So what do y'all think about that?
What about men? Hold on, I'm trying to get
Like men really asking the question and they don't even know what the hell they want.
Nah, really.
I know what I want.
Nah, I'm saying, what do y'all think about that though?
I think it go both ways. I think it go both ways that people come into a situation
I'm gonna leave in that.
thinking they want one thing, you know, probably based on what we was told, or you know what I'm saying, based on what we did and stuff like that. But I think that a lot of people don't really know what they want. I think
They
they're
don't.
having to figure it out.
They don't. And I honestly do feel that way.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I had to start a new channel. So since we all engaged, I'm about to I just created a new one. So I'm sending out the links now.
Send me one. Send me one. Hey, we're having technical difficulties. Give us a little bit of time and we'll be right back to you guys.
And it's not me, y'all. Like I said, I was sitting here minding my own business. It shut down on its own. Chance, you okay over there? Yes?
Y'all finished now?
No, almost, okay?
Okay. Hi.
Who was that, mommy? Oh, tell her I just sent her another, another. That's not his hat. Look, let me show you what he was talking about. Lamont made stuffed waffles. He been eating it though. It was a stuffed waffle. We got sausage and eggs in the waffle. So good. Yeah. That's Lamont friend. I'm glad y'all had a chance to meet.
Hey, Daddy. Look at mine.
You guys got no smoke?
Yeah, I'm sending.
Hey, you spit that in there real quick.
Yeah, I'm sending the links out now. Y'all let me know if y'all got them. Oh wait, let me see.
No.
Man, I still been live on both of my platforms.
Oh man, it's been the same thing you did before, man. I don't know. It might be this app. I might have to find out.
Everybody that logged out of my live stream, they was like, I don't know when I watched it anymore. Cause y'all ain't talking.
You said? You're so far away. Yeah. Yeah, Miami.
Both of my live streams were going dormant.
Yeah, my bad, man. I don't know what happened. I don't think I pressed nothing.
Look at my
I
hat.
don't know if we had
It keep on falling off. Because look.
All right, Shannon, tell her you're gonna call her back. You gotta get quiet.
Call you back. Yeah.
All right, I got it. All right, I got it.
I said you gonna do too.
I'm about to send her.
Ready back?
It's 2:00, man.
I know.
Yes.
Shit, we going though. That was a good topic.
Wow, we still got more to talk about.
I'm gonna see this picture more.
That's us. Yes. I was gonna know while we was recording.
Alright, the second link is working.
The second one's working. So I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
What you sent it the email or what you call it?
I think I just sent it to your text message.
Daddy,
Yes.
can you turn this on?
Who?
Turn this on?
Okay. It might be dead.
It might be not.
All right.
Ooh, who phone is on?
Now, just hit the volume on the computer.
Hey, look, and then you want to know the funny thing about all that? Like, I was in here and I was cooking, right? And the doorbell rung, and I was like, what the hell? You know what I'm saying? I went over the door, she had the food, was like, here's your food. I was like, I ain't want no food. I was like, I ain't want no food, I ain't want nothing. I said, you got the wrong house. I said, I would take it, but I don't want it, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm here still cooking, still doing whatever. Smoke called me and said, hey man, that's my food. I run outside and grab food. I'm like, oh, he ordered food, and I'm in here cooking breakfast. You know what I'm saying? So,
And I
till we,
You turned the lady away. What's wrong?
yeah, and happy
Yeah,
that
and
she
she
was
had sent me
outside.
a message because I had I ordered me and the baby some steak and shake. Well, I thought Lamont's son was here.
Nah, it was.
So I had ordered the shake for Aiden.
But make a long story short though, I made them stuffed waffles and with bacon, eggs, sausage.
That's why you owe me when I get there so long. I need you to bring it back.
And now there ain't no issue. I try to make good stuffed waffle every
Oh
morning.
yeah, he got a what is the machine called?
A stuffler.
A stuffler. It was
Hey, ain't no promotion over here either, just so y'all know that. We ain't doing none of that right now. But hey, man,
All right, so the question that we was asking, we're talking to, for those of you who have missed it, my bad, and
Yeah, we'll turn us off, y'all.
yeah, I don't really know what happened. It might be this app.
nah, the engineer smoking fire.
I ain't gonna lie, we need to find somebody to do a lot of this.
Yeah.
So basically, what we was talking about.
That was on me, I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay, clean y'all down fast.
Okay, yeah. So basically, what we was talking about was when men specifically, because maybe next week we should do what women mean when they say what do you bring to the table? maybe next week we should, you know what I'm saying, let the women answer that. So that's basically like what we're talking about. And what we was in the middle was saying is like, what would be the men's role? And I think the women had asked us, what do we expect, as far as from a woman? And I think we was actually running that down. So
That wasn't the question. The question was, what do you think your role is as a man?
what do I think my role is as a man? I ain't gonna lie, I do everything. I think the man role should be to create a dynamic in the house. You know what I'm saying? I think that a man should be providing respect, teach the kids how to respect, teach the kids a man's love. Also, I really feel like a man should be working. It's a good example for a man to get up and go and get it. That is a good example for kids. You know what I'm saying? It's a good example when a man takes his family on vacation. I'm just naming like a couple of things because I know some dudes who never been on vacations like with their dads actually. To me the other stuff is kind of like minute. I think that's like some societal stuff because like some women say they can do it all on their own. As a man, I can cook, I can clean, I can change a tire, I can call a mechanic, I can wash clothes, I can fold clothes. I'm a pro on an iron, and I can do a plait. I had a daughter, I hadn't got swift with the plaits. I can put a ponytail in the hair and plait.
So you're saying the same thing that we summarize in 2 words: provide and protect. All the things that you just listed fall on those 2 big umbrella topics: provision, protection.
Hey, all right. So I'm gonna give y'all my perspective of a man's role, and this is gonna be from my perspective of me growing up. So I'm gonna talk to y'all real blunt. Like my father, yeah, he was my creator, right? He's my father, right? So I never had the opportunity to have a man, a real man. I'm talking about a man. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Your dad, Smoke, right? I never had the opportunity to really say a man raised me. So my mother raised me from, I don't know, as long as I can remember. I never had a man in my life. So I taught myself to give a definition of a man. So one, I know a man must work, right? True. Right? 2, if a man don't work, he don't eat. And that's for him. So if he's not working, he can't provide a family. for a family, he can't be a family man. So working is one, right? What I have taught myself at this point in my life is a man should respect himself to respect others. That's another point. Then one more perspective as I think is that if a man does not know what he wants out of life, how can that man even raise a family or be the protector or be the provider of the family when he's confused on his own? Right? So when a man is like that, it comes with having a family and not being able to provide for the family. Having a family and not being able to respect the family. Having a family and eventually one day we'll lose that family. So my question to the women, are you guys willing and able to put up with a man that's confused and lost in life, but that man, he gonna get his ass up and go to work. That man gonna get his ass up and make sure the check is at the house, but he's missing out on everything. Telling you he loves you, making sure you feel good, making sure you feel safe, all of that. But are you women willing to put up with that until that man gets his right, until that man gets his life together? Or you guys are willing just to say, I ain't putting on this, I'm gonna go mess with JoJo around the corner?
Temporarily, we may be made to put up with temporarily, right? But if I say to you, babe, I appreciate that you get up and go to work every day. I appreciate that I'm not drowning in bills, right? Because we're doing your part financially to provide for us. But if I tell you, babe, I like flowers, once in a while, don't let it be wait for Valentine's Day to bring me flowers. Just show up to the house with flowers and say.
But what if you do forget and you get the flowers on Valentine's Day?
364 days.
Why not? Tell me why not.
That's a choice. At that point, he is not doing everything in his power to make me feel safe as a woman.
Oh,
so guess what?
So you're trying to tell me if he'll bring you flowers, you don't feel safe?
He gonna be mad when John from work bring me some flowers.
Nah, that's spiteful. I feel like that's being very spiteful. That's being real spiteful.
I tell you what, John better have a mean white hook. So
you telling me, right? So you telling me if I don't bring you flowers, you'll jeopardize what we got because I don't bring you flowers and have another dude to bring you flowers? Am I saying that right?
Emotional intelligence. If I am telling you this is what I need and this is what I want, you either make a choice to do it or not.
All right, so
it's emotional intelligence.
Hey, so Tamika, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. So those that knows me, those that's out there that know me, I'm doing a daily vlog. So I don't really want to tell people, but my daily vlog this morning was something that I lacked in my life, and I acknowledged it: the emotional intelligence, right? Because like if you don't have that, I feel now at this point you don't have anything. But what if a man really lacks that? I feel if you lack that, you can lose everything. You can lose everything, but what if a man lacks that in particular on what you just said to me? Like,
is he willing to learn? If I keep telling you this is what I need from you and you're not giving it to me, again, it's not just finances. It's what value do you add to my life? Do you make me feel safe? Do you make me feel like
I'm telling you, nigga, they sell the hole. So it goes back to it again. If I don't bring you flowers, you don't feel safe.
Hold on, can I jump in?
Yeah, you please.
Before she forgets. Please. Her comment. Okay, so Tamika just said it's more than finances. Tamika also said if your finances is not right, you won't qualify to be the man for her.
You did?
Am I missing something?
We go to work with you temporarily, right? I can believe. So for example, if you're dating a guy and say, hey, I'm going to school, I'm going to do IT, right? You know, IT is booming. We know AI is booming. If he says, hey, I'm not happy with being the janitor that I am right now, right?
Like more hours for you, right?
Okay.
And he says, give me 2 years, let me go get this degree, let me go grind. right? And you can say, okay, as your partner, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm gonna let you, right? Maybe I need to pick up a little bit more slack around the house, right? So that you can go grind. Now, when you do that, after those 2 years and you grind, you get where you want to be, a goal that we accomplished, like we said, and that you accomplish as a couple, then if you're still not doing what you need to do, then what's the problem?
Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something. And I actually heard this from Corey Hogan. So y'all bear with me. A man will take a woman who has nothing and make her his wife. It's rare that you find a woman willing to do the same thing to a man who has nothing. So I'm glad you said that, because it shows that men need to also raise their standards, because a woman is not going to take that. How many men do we know have took a woman who has nothing, and he could cook a steak, and he could grill, and do all of that? And women, for the most part, look pretty. It's not what I think. It's a known fact. Now hold on, because it is kind of contradictory. Go ahead. So also,
We're wired differently, so we're wired differently.
well,
And that's why we complement each other.
okay.
So are you willing to take a wife that can't cook?
Yeah.
Yes, maybe. You
Yes.
may initially, but if she has no ambition or desire to ever learn,
So what?
After a while, you're gonna be
No, I disagree with that.
house trying to get you a meal before you get home.
No, I disagree with that. Man, look. Listen, that's
Contradicted and said.
nah. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on. What did he say? I want to hear the contradiction.
Lamont, you said something about if the woman don't bring, if she don't do certain things, and it was something Lamont said.
All right. So let me clarify what I said.
I think it was the toes lick.
Yeah, no, I'll give you an example. So since I gotta be more in detail, so if I gotta say more in detail, so one of my love languages is physical touch, right? You know what's my ultimate deal breaker now on dating, on getting into another relationship, or whatever it is? If a woman ain't being intimacy with me, it ain't gonna work. And that's an expectation of myself. My expectation of myself is to find me a woman that connects with me emotionally, physically. Well, guess what? You ain't the one for me. You ain't the one for me. You ain't the one for me.
But
No, I will. But that's something I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Smoke may not be okay with that, but I'm okay with that. The ultimate thing, you ain't gotta do shit else. And listen, you ain't gotta do nothing else in life. But if I love you and I'm with you and we're one, we gotta be intimate. That's the number one thing. If you don't got nothing else, you gotta have that one thing. We can build off of that. We can build off of the next thing.
Okay,
so let me hold on real quick. Let me spin the block real quick.
Splits, come on.
Let me spin the block real quick. Lamont. So a lot of us as young minorities, urban, that don't have two-parent loving households, right? Like I don't think I've ever seen my parents' kids. I'm 43, right? We don't have those examples at home. That's not the norm. That's not what we grew up around seeing. So we're not very affectionate. Myself, guilty. As I get older, I realize that I do like affection, right? So if that woman is not affectionate because that's not how she was raised, that's not the norm for her, and you say to her, I need affection, and she continues to ignore you, and you don't see any improvement in her efforts to be affectionate towards you, how would you handle that?
First of all, I want to be very straightforward when it comes to that. Like, before we even get to that point and I'm giving her my all, or I'm asking her for her all, I'm gonna know if you're the one for me or not. Like, my expectations for myself, I'm gonna continue to say that, my expectations for myself is gonna tell it all. Like, I'm gonna know if me and you are gonna go to the next level. I'm gonna know if I'm gonna feel this particular way about you. I'm gonna know all of these things. Because there's something that you're gonna have to do to open that door to make me walk through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna be with you, we living together and all of that, and you're not meeting my expectations.
So what's the difference with a woman saying that I like flowers and I want my man to bring me flowers outside of Valentine's Day?
But you gotta be okay. You gotta be okay with that man don't bring you
You
flowers.
gotta be okay with her not being affectionate.
But she's not gonna be for me. That's the difference. That's a deal breaker for me. Exactly. Because guess what? Every time that nigga don't bring her flowers or that dude don't bring her flowers, guess what? Her feelings is gonna be hurt. It don't. It don't. Listen, it don't. Listen, it don't. I'm telling you, it don't. It don't. It's what you're gonna expect from a person. And I'm big on this right now. Like, if I expect when I roll over in bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm knocking at the door, you know what I'm saying? I expect her to open up the door and pull me in. Okay, so me.
Hold on, wait. I'm glad both of y'all commented at the same time about that. And I want to say this, and I'm going to try to make it clear. Because I'm like Tamika. Affection is perception.
It is.
Affection is all about perception. It's about individual. Because I went through the issue with my wife, and she was saying I wasn't as affectionate as I should be, you know, based on what she wanted. And to me, you know, I said, when I see you in the kitchen, shit, I said, you want to boo? I said, yeah, the grease that's getting the chicken ain't the only thing that's hot, baby. Yeah, but to some people, that's not affection.
Hey, it's not though.
A kiss in the morning is not affection. You got some people who feel like affections are makeout sections or makeout sessions. You have some people who feel like affection is cuddling the whole night, even though my arm is like this and my neck is like this. And I gotta get up in the morning. I would love to stay like this, but I don't know if I could do it the whole 7 hours. So now you wake up in the morning and the person is like, oh, you ain't cuddling with me. And you like, well, damn. For one, I was tired. For two, I can't get my leg how I need it to be. So somebody could say, that's not affection, nigga. I don't give a fuck. Like somebody could say, yeah, we've been in the house all week. Yeah, but we wasn't spending time.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
So the clock was ticking. I was here, you was here.
See? Hey, so you know what? I agree with you on that, the woman. That's something else I've learned. That spending time. Hey, look, I'm gonna agree with you that. I'm gonna take that cold-heartedly. Meaning, when a person says let's spend time together, like, I'm not even gonna put the blame on anybody. Spending time together is there's only one thing of that. Quality time. Do I have your undivided attention? Like, are you focused on what we're doing at hand? You know what I'm saying? Because the minute you pick up your phone, guess who's getting your time now? The phone. So I totally agree with you on that. I ain't got no rebuttal on that. I think in my life I fell short on that end so much to the point of that, like, yeah, let's spend time together as a family, but we spending 3 hours of time together, I'm on my phone an hour and a half. So actually, we want to spend 50% together.
I got used to it because that used to be like a pet peeve of mine, but I got so used to it that it doesn't bother me.
Hey, guess what?
But he does.
Hey, Dewana, I'm gonna beat you up a little bit. Your acceptance, and I already know the situation. Listen to me. Your acceptance level went down because you expected something else from that other person, and you were willing to deal with it.
Right.
You were willing to deal with it.
And that's why that goes back to what we were talking about as women being selling a lot of stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, my husband spends all day on the phone. I mean, literally.
And then he's a content creator, so you gotta give him
Let's let them talk because I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
I know, we're not doing that. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, he spends a lot of time on the phone. I don't judge his content creator. He could be just watching TV. He has to pick up the phone and he has to scroll social media.
Yes, see, that's the thing.
And what's going on.
That's the thing, though. We have to.
And I think it comes that second nature to him that sometimes you don't even realize that he does it a lot.
All right, so since I've been with my wife, right? I did VA stuff. I did school.
Yeah.
I did job applications, house hunting. So to say, and I also write music.
Right.
So to say that someone, see, when you tell somebody, oh, all you do is scroll social media all day, that's different than somebody checking an email. That's different than somebody filling out job application. And at one point in our relationship, I also did stocks. So it's good. So then say somebody scrolling through social media, that could be looking at women in bikinis. You don't know if I'm getting alerts for stock. You don't know if I'm getting alerts for housing. You don't know if I'm getting alerts for jobs.
It's okay to say, you're right, I do scroll on social media a lot because it's not just checking emails with you. And
Wait, you saying it's not just checking emails, or because you also just said I'm on social media all day, or the person's on social media all day. How they work an 8-hour job?
Okay, let's just talk about this. Let's just say this.
Right.
Like we talked about it before. There's a balance. Sometimes you got to cut some of that shit down and give sometimes. You don't, okay, you get an email, social media email, you don't have to open it up.
True, agreed.
So I'm saying let's have a movie time as soon as a alert come up, oh I got to check this. Oh I got it's just to be the purpose of spending time because you can't turn it off.
That's true. If you was with Bill Gates finna check his phone.
You put check his phone, period.
That's all I'm gonna say. I get it, and women.
Yeah, what Chris come for?
Oh nah, he was backstage. No,
I'm with you.
I definitely feel you, but somebody. Right. Correct.
We can't stop what we doing for an hour and a half, an hour and however long the movie is.
Right.
To tend to her.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
And it's the same thing, right?
So Chris, I'm glad you jumped in those crosshairs. So if we watching the movie, right, for 2 hours, let's just all be realistic. If I'm there watching the movie, you think I'm in my phone for 2 hours? And sometimes I ain't gonna lie, women will be in their phone and then say, I'm never in my phone. So a lot of that stuff be a dead discussion. I ain't gonna say I don't be in my phone. But I ain't gonna say out of the 20 movies that we watch, I might fall asleep on some.
Yes, you do.
Or I might be in my phone. But then I'm gonna watch them and we can talk about them afterwards. You see how I do the podcast? Hold on, you see?
You know, that's the 3 days of watching the movie, y'all. Because we're gonna have to keep going back.
I ain't gonna lie, if y'all think that we have to know that us being in relationships ourselves, that ain't 100% accurate. Because I can talk about stuff afterwards. If we watch a movie, right, and I do fall asleep, okay, I fall asleep. It's been times where she had the day off. I work 8 hours. She wanted to watch a movie at 10, 11 after I got up at 6. That's cool. I wear that. I will wear that. But Chris, you jumped in now. If a movie 2 hours, you think a dude on scrolling social media for 2 hours?
No.
No, but wait, I'm asking Chris a question. We already know a woman gonna sauce it up. Right.
Whatever she wanna do, we go. She wanna go walk in the mall, and I know a lot of guys. I'm not the shopping type. I don't go to the mall. You wanna drag me in this store and that store and run all your errands. I don't wanna do that, but we do it because
Chris gave me the alley.
right?
Go ahead, Chris. No. It's Chris talking. Let Chris talk.
Shut up at the end of the day, right? Because that's what you wanna do. And when we get home later on that night, whatever it is that you wanna do, she can't really complain.
Right.
She can't complain about it because I intended to you, whatever that looks like.
I agree.
I agree with Chris.
Hey, babe, you know, hell, we done getting it all day Saturday, but one point, shit, I'm gonna go pick up some money, we gonna go sit down and have some drink. I ain't telling you more like we gonna go to the strip club, but yeah, we gonna go sit down and have a drink. And it shouldn't be a problem, so if we get together and this is the night that we chose to watch a movie, that we discuss, hey, babe, there's this movie that came out on Monday. Okay, if you tell her, okay, we can watch it Friday. I understand we may fall asleep because I'm gonna tell you now, if the movie don't interest me, I'm going to sleep.
Chance.
Chance has found her one spot.
Yeah, it's good, man. Come on, Smoke, man.
Nah, this
It's
is
like that too, like, close like this out. I don't like this out, don't drag me. I wanna go in and out. I don't wanna be dragged, so let's go.
all right, Chris. So listen, right? So, all right. I don't really want to get too deep in it, but I'm glad you mentioned that. And like I said, everything is perceptive. Because I'm just gonna say it. A movie night, right? To me, I'm gonna tell you stuff you really want to do. In my opinion, you should do it early in the morning when you first get up. If you want to have good sex, wake up in the morning
Facts.
and have sex. If you want to have a good workout, wake up when the time is right. Me, Chris, I used to work. I used to go to school. I can't watch a movie till 1 in the morning, bro. I can't get up at 6 every morning and watch a movie at 11, 10 maybe, because now I'm in the bed. And then, so it's just all perceptive. Now, if you want, let's go to the mall. I spend 3 hours in there. We can talk. I mean, it's always going to be at the end of the day. Women, they ain't thinking. Go ahead.
Yeah.
They did say they don't want to. They said when you planning stuff, somebody who work 8 hours, you drive for an hour. Oh, go ahead.
But niggas don't call, you guys know women working there at 8 hours shift, and then Joe call and say, man, we finna hit this spot. You coming, now you up, you got all the energy in the world.
Yeah, they ain't got all the energy in the
Hey,
world.
all right.
You hitting the spot, you not laying in the bed.
All right, so look.
Wake up and go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning and put it all over again. So you make time
Okay. So I listen. You see, on certain segments, I be real quiet because when I agree with the topic, I just let the topic flow. And I agree with what y'all saying. Like undivided attention is different than just being there.
Right.
So
hold on. Just let me say this one thing. And I like this. I don't want y'all to feel like.
Nah, it's cool. I got my train of thought.
No,
I've been holding this.
No, because I want to point this out for people who may be listening or people who might have went through this.
Yeah.
See, this is the thing, women, and I will urge y'all to stop doing it. Because when a man chill with his homeboys, that takes no mental capacity at all. I have sat in the house with Lamont and not said nothing. It took no mental power. When women are sitting and they want quality time, like my homeboy Twan, he used to come to my house every night just to get in the couch, cut the TV on, and go to sleep.
Yeah.
And I ain't waking him up saying, "Damn, dog, we supposed to be chilling, bro. You done dozed off." To me, when somebody wants quality time, we do have to be mindful of the time. Yeah. And this is not nothing that should be.
You're not making a point because it's different when you're dealing with time with your friends and time with your girl.
Absolutely.
Either one of them have to be a mental capacity type of thing. If she said, "Babe, let's watch a movie," she turned the movie on.
And now I'm laying in the bed. Now, okay, I get
That's
you.
why I feel like it's important. Right.
No, you're absolutely right.
If y'all set a time, okay, man, when you get home, you take a shower, you lay down in the bed, watch a movie. If you fall asleep, you fall asleep.
Right. You said right.
If you fall asleep, you fall asleep. Now, she need, oh, and now, every time you watch a movie, you fall asleep. Man, don't worry about it.
Hey, all right.
People find time. All that energy. You tired.
Hey, okay, move in the living room.
Okay, look.
People find time for who and what is important to them. And what we are saying to you as women is when we are in a relationship with you, we want you to be the best version of yourself. We want you to create your content. We want you to scroll social media. We want you to make your money. But when it's our time, it's our time. And I need to feel like a priority in that moment. And if we have that safe space, you can spend 23 hours of the day doing whatever you want to do. But if I ask you for that 1 hour, I want it.
All right, so look, I've been patiently waiting to see.
Yeah, go ahead. It's on you.
So I'm gonna be very honest with you. What I think men and women we lack. We lack the communication of our standards, right? So I'm gonna give you an example. Like try to avoid like surface level checklists. Like, oh, I know when I get home, I'm gonna ask my man, can we watch a movie? And he's gonna say yes. You can't. You gotta avoid listening like that. I feel it works better with me if you come to me and say, hey babe, it's Monday now. Hey babe, I wanna watch a movie on Wednesday. A family night. Let's be a family. Right? No phone, no work, no nothing. Right? If you come to me and you tell me that now, in the state of mind that I'm in, because I dropped the ball plenty of times before because I wasn't in the state of mind that I'm in now. If you prepare me for what's to come and I drop the ball, you hold me accountable. But you can't just wake up Monday morning, it's the beginning of the week, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and at 9 o'clock you're talking about let's have family night.
So you want to make an appointment with you?
Nah, I'm not saying making them. Hold on. No, I'm not saying that. Okay. Listen, hold on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying prepare me for what's to come. Prepare me. Put like this, every woman ain't out here when you get that knock on the door at nighttime when you sleeping, it ain't like y'all opening the door every night. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Y'all ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't even do that when the kids sleep.
And that's why it's important to still date. So even
All right,
in a
so
relationship, even when you get married.
okay, so you telling me I need to prepare you for that, but when I ask you to prepare me to watch a movie, you can't do that.
I got two questions for you, Lamont.
I'm listening.
The first question is, do you have a TV in your master bedroom?
Yes.
Smoke, you have a TV in your master bedroom.
Yes.
Okay, so based on, the second question is, Lamont, you just said, hey, prepare me, right?
Yeah.
How many times do women prepare us for something and we drop the ball?
Oh!
Hold on, speaker. How many times do women prepare us for something and we drop the ball, we forget, or we push it on to another day and make them feel some type of way, right? So just imagine if the woman prepares us and we come prepared, like, okay, boom, she want to watch a movie this day, but then she drops the ball.
Ooh.
That's real.
No.
This what?
Listen, Chris, I totally agree with you. So guess what? Us as men, guess what we're saying in our head? Oh shit, I didn't even want to watch the movie anyway. Yes, I can go to sleep now. But guess what? No, Britt, I'm not. I want me as the person that I am. I'm not. I'm gonna move on.
Maybe you done seen some previews of the movie. Let's just say, for example, it's our many nights where we all, as men and women, get together and try to find something on Netflix just to watch. Just scrolling through like, man, do I really want to watch this? And we're not watching. Maybe it's good enough for us to really watch and get into it. But sometimes we just watch it and catching our attention, but we know that we're tired.
No, I agree all the time.
You know what? I'm going to sleep like wherever it stops when I get up tomorrow or the next night, whenever I get back in bed, I continue where I left off.
Yeah, I agree.
Did you know that experts suggest that your bedroom should be used for 2 reasons? Your bed,
Procreating, resting.
sleep, and sex.
Oh boy, that's why I built my own bed.
Absolutely.
They did not have TVs in their room. My grandma never had a TV in her room.
How many kids let me have?
Grandma had 7.
So if quality time is an issue with your partner, maybe that's something that we can start. Let's take the TV out of the bedroom so that we know when we commit to going into that space, that's quality time. Right? So if you have a busy day, she has a busy schedule, it's not about the quantity of time, but it's about the quality of time. If there's no TV, there's no interruption, you can talk about your day, you can talk about the rest of the week, you can talk about your goals, aspirations, you can spend quality time together. So that would be my challenge to couples. No, while we playing games or on the phone, that's not quality time. I need your undivided attention. I need and want, King, your undivided attention in that moment. I want to be your safe space.
Be that. That's what women don't understand. Like, men or women, I'm not just putting it on women. I think people don't understand what it means of being there for a person. Like, I feel now at this point in my life, the next person or whoever I get in my life, like, I'm gonna try to make it so easy for them that they're gonna love me because I make it easy for them. Not easy and they ain't doing nothing, but meaning like, I'm not gonna fuss if you ain't make dinner. But I'm gonna fuss if I'm knocking at the door and you let me in. I'm gonna do that. That's one thing.
So with that being said, everyone has their perception
Yes.
of what quality time
I
is,
agree.
of what sex is, because now mind you have some women, you know, and we just gonna do this on the women part. You got some women, right? You can wake them up. And then you got, What you doing? And they gonna get right to it. Hold on, let me drink some water real quick.
Yes.
And then you have some women who you can't wake
You
up.
can't even wake up.
Once they sleep, that window of opportunity is gone. And so, right, let's say as a man, all right, so we use the thing of quality time. So your idea of quality time may be a dinner.
Yeah.
Another person may be watching a documentary.
Yeah.
All right, so y'all like two different things. And for the women's side, okay, I watched that movie, now you don't fell asleep. Shit, hell no, the night ain't over. The night just beginning. And you have women that you...
Oh, she, the one got a question. What's up, the one?
Right.
Okay, so my thing is, and then that's when Flo said that quality time and things that people want is based on perception. So if I tell you what I want, it's like, where does the compromise come in at?
But
If my perception is this is how I see quality time, and I say this is the things that I want, where does the compromise come in at? Because if the person said, well, I'm getting quality time just by being here, then where do we meet halfway?
Okay.
oh, wait. Who gonna answer that? Because I got
Go ahead.
Who gonna answer that?
We probably...
Who goes first?
I'm listening first.
Oh, so you want to go first?
I'm gonna go first.
Go for it.
Yeah.
All right. So me going first. That goes back to the person. Who are you gonna accept at your table? Who are you gonna accept at your table? And what does your table look like? And who deserves to sit at that table? What are you willing to accept?
Right. So
That's my answer on that. Like, what are you willing to accept at your table? You understand? You going to accept somebody to continue dropping balls? Are you going to accept coming short on time? Okay, so that goes to me saying again, how much are you willing to accept that at your table?
Some of it has to do with understanding.
Yes, I agree.
Every time I look at my phone, it's not me scrolling social media. It may be me checking on my kids.
true. And also, can I just say, right? Y'all still there or did it freeze? Okay, my bad. And I just want to say, right, for my situation specific, because I'm just coming from all experience. And as a man, also, if you love a woman, you gotta realize that she's gonna talk a little shit. As a man, you can't really take everything a woman says literal or personal. Because let's say, right, you done fell asleep on 7 movies in a row. Nigga, you can't keep your eyes on it. But shit, this weekend, we going to play in Miami. We gonna order us some kingfish. We gonna have some drinks. That's what we gonna do. I'm gonna look in your eyes. I'm gonna rub on your leg. So a woman may talk shit about you going to sleep on 7 movies, but the trip to Vegas, when we was in the slot machines, I watched you sleep. I was ready. I was up for 2 days with 2 hours of sleep. And you talking about you tired, I don't even do all this while we got this. You know what I'm saying? So if a woman stick around, she's sticking around for something. Yeah, you fell asleep on the movie, but y'all went to Orlando and you shook everybody's hand from Mickey to Minnie. And you wasn't tired. Carry bags, push carts. So it's just a balance. And as a man, I want to say this to all men. If you haven't been told this before, as a man, you gonna get criticism. If you walk the kitchen floor, you might have the type of woman that say, damn, you should have mopped the living room too.
I'm telling you.
And you can't be like, oh man, I'm sick of this shit. You just gotta be like, man, I'm about to put them on down. Do what you will with it. Because it's about balance and compromise too. So I get it. I get it. And a woman will say the movies. She ain't gonna mention the dinners. She might don't mention the hard rock. Because now when a man puts the standard here, you can't stay there. Nigga, you took me to the hard rock. I watched you play blackjack. Now I want to watch Golden Girls. Now I want to watch Family Matters. So you know what I'm saying? That's how it is, and that's my situation. I do have a lot of stuff going on sometimes, but it's all about, have you done anything? If a woman is not getting taken out, yeah, of course.
We are saying the same thing. Back to your original question of you bring to the table, right? The peace, the protection, the provision, the tending to my emotional needs, right? Emotional, so like my emotional needs are part of providing for me.
Exactly. That's what I was saying about what I was talking about. I don't want to come home and argue with you.
I would like to say that most of the men that say that they want peace are usually the ones, when they say, oh, I'm the woman that's going to bring peace to my life. 9 times out of 10, those are the men that, at Thanksgiving table, they get up, they put the whole table and cause the disruption.
Chaos. And then they're trying to project it onto somebody else.
And listen, so I want y'all to listen to me on this. I think everybody in this platform has some type of idea of what I've been going through in my life. So if for those that don't know Lamont, I said this a couple weeks ago, and I told the world pretty much that I'm a very angry person. And Smoke looked at me and was like, Lamont, you for real? But I'm gonna tell you guys, Chris, on what you just said, I was once that guy, right? I wanted peace. I was, I'm the coolest guy in the world. I'm this, I'm that, or whatever. But at home, behind closed door, I was a madman.
Terrorist.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, a terrorist. So now, at this point in my life, I sit back, and like I told you guys, me living in this house, or whatever, now where I'm at, I found what peace really is. You know what I'm saying? I found out what peace really is. I'm not at this point yet, of you slapping me and I'm turning like, hey, you forgot a spot. I'm not there, but I'm damn so close to it. Because I'm at the point right now that if someone wants to fight me, to be honest with you, I'm gonna talk you out of your own behind whooping because I just don't want to do it. I don't want to get to that space. So when I say peace is me coming home and I ain't gotta worry about nobody saying nothing to me. I want to hear the AC come on. That's my peace. My peace is getting up and walking through the house with my underwear on and ain't gotta worry about nobody saying nothing to me. Those are things that I find peace in now. Like, I ain't gotta worry about nobody telling me why the trash on the counter.
Oh, I think Chris was trying.
You know what I'm saying?
Their own different definition of what peace is. And I can feel you, and I understand where you're coming from with that along being angry. Me, more or less, I'm not, and speaking to you, it takes a lot for me to get angry. But it's that
When he does.
I'm getting angry, I'm getting petty.
I'm getting petty.
I don't bother nobody, bro. I really don't.
I'm getting petty.
I'm not rapping too tight.
Hey, I don't think none of us are though.
No, I'm legit.
Hey, what you said, Chris? People be playing crazy. There's a lot of people out there, they play crazy.
Yeah, they play crazy.
I'm crazy. Call me Crazy Joe.
One time I went to New York to visit my cousins, right? Well, I was driving trucks, but I just happened to be up there, so I was like, pull up on my cousins. So I went to my cousins, and I was telling them
Man.
Bro, this is the first text message that I see when I wake up. 'Cause what's the first thing that we reach for in the morning?
It's our phones.
Okay, that's the first text message I saw. I got 22 rifles sitting in this room right here with me right now. Well, I loaded up that rifle and drove down the street and shot all air.
Hey, we don't want to talk about that on live. We don't want to talk about don't incriminate yourself, my guy. But we get what you said.
All the windows out the front of our house is on.
Mysteriously.
Mysteriously, exactly.
And it's too late to pass the what's that, what you call it?
Statute of limitations. I mean, and that's just really like what it comes down to. You know, one thing I learned is that perception. Like, you might buy somebody a gold bracelet, and they might be like, "Yeah, but I really want flowers."
Yeah.
So you know what I'm
Back to
saying?
the
It's
flowers.
just all about perception and giving someone exactly what they want when you find out.
Which comes back to what y'all were talking about earlier, love languages, right? We have to learn to love our partner or our significant other, whether you straight, gay, bi, whatever you want to be. You have to learn to love your significant other in their love language.
You preach it. You
Your love
preach
language
it.
may be physical. Your love language may be physical touch, but her love language may be quality time. Acts of service. So, but if you are
Ignoring
more
it.
physical with her, that doesn't. Yes, it's something to her, but it doesn't feed
Her
her
soul.
love language. That she's more, I guess, open and receptive to really get what you want.
If you speak a woman's love language and you love them right, you can get anything.
Hey, I totally agree with that.
Men are very simple. Like, men are very basic. We're the most dumbed down creatures in this world. Why? Because we're like the kid with the shiny toy. We need that shiny toy.
I agree.
We are physical beings. Women are wired more emotionally. And a lot of women, when they come to an argument or a debate or whatever, logic for them goes out the window.
All emotions.
You can't argue with emotion. You're gonna lose every time because
Yeah.
to them it's making sense.
We just wrong.
Our perception is our reality. And if you perceive,
We just won't understand.
yeah.
Let us know
What I need from you is under.
I had one girl tell me, damn near my baby, probably my baby mama called me a bum because I ain't go to work every day. I don't have to go to work every day.
Facts. I wish I had a job like that. I wish I had a job like that. Long as I'm doing what I gotta do. Hey, but look, I don't mean to be the person of rule of everything, man. Look, we've been online for 2 hours.
2 hours.
2 hours. Listen, we appreciate everybody that joined in, everybody that talked in. Chris, DeLon, and Tamika, we appreciate y'all
Thank you.
even the support that you guys give us. Hey man, I don't even want to say like, subscribe, or comment. Hey man, y'all need to watch this video.
Yeah.
Y'all need to watch this video and really tag in and get more conversation started.
Somebody just said, wait, they just popped in.
Yeah, that's Marquisha.
Who? What she said?
Nah, she just outgoing. Shout out to Jesus Child, man. I know her for a long
Long time,
Jackson,
yeah.
Definitely super cool, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out her page. She does a lot of inspirational stuff. She's also a designer. Like
Hey, I didn't even know that. I didn't even know that.
You need to come check in with us one time, Marquisha. She here too in GA.
She here in Georgia too. Hey man, I didn't even know that. Like, hit me. Please hit me, man. I didn't even know that. Man, there's so many people here in Georgia that just moved from Miami, man.
Yeah, we met her at the reunion. Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, Smoke. I'm definitely going to whatever Jackson have it at the school this year. I'm definitely there.
Big on the 17th.
Yeah, hey, look, you know, a lot of people at Jackson haven't seen me since we graduated. Like since we graduated high school, because I've been just off the face of the earth, but I'm back. But I know, I be feeling that way, man, but man, we only live one time, man. But hey, look, I appreciate everybody. We appreciate everybody for tagging in and logging into us. Like I'm dying on memory right now, so not saying that we gotta cut it short, but man, we have been doing this for 2 hours. We try to set our time for 1 hour just to
we doubled that.
get all the information, but we doubled it with great conversations and great topics that we were talking about. So, man, like I said, I really appreciate everybody for being logged in. I appreciate everybody for the support. Hey, and I'm pretty much done. My table ain't open no more, man. Select a few sit at my table, and that's my closing remark.
What's the dates, the times?
Every Sunday, 1 p.m., man. We try to just do this, and it's been going great. So if y'all free on Sunday, ladies, after you finish that Sunday meal, or if you're gonna get some takeout, whatever you decide to do, y'all tap in with it. Matter of fact, watch this with your significant other, or if you're dating somebody, y'all going out to brunch, cut it on in the car. We just appreciate it, man. It's a positive environment. We're really just trying to make everyone better. And hopefully we all can just chip in to make each other better.
That's 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for different time zones.
Hey, bring your friend to log in too. We want to have 20 people on stage.
Yeah. Thank y'all for everybody who participated. Y'all enjoy y'all Sunday.
Yup.